Okay, welcome. We're going to be going through Adobe Animate today. We're going to be looking at how to set up a file, how to save it, and some of the tools and options we have to play with when using Adobe Animate. So let's get in. When you first launch up the program, it should look a little bit something like this. We've got options for quickly creating a file here, but just so I can see my settings before I start, I'm going to go to Create New first. I'm going to start with just a basic 1080p size canvas. I'm going to make sure my frame rate is 24 frames per second, and I'm going to make sure that the platform type is ActionScript 3.0. Now let's go ahead and create. So here we are. So the main features we're going to be looking at are the stage, which is this section here, the tools bar located here, the properties, and our timeline. These are the things that we're going to be using to create our animations. So let's look at the stage first. We can move around it. Let's navigate it. We've got our zoom tools here, and also here on the toolbar, used to zoom in really far if we want. I like kind of being able to see the edges myself. We can also move the stage around using the hand tool located here. Or if you're on another tool, you can press spacebar to will the hand tool into existence. And we've also got our rotate tool up here, also here. We can use that to rotate the canvas around. If we make our canvas incredibly hard to see, we can always go up to here to the center stage button, and it will just reset the stage to its original form. Okay, so let's look at the tools now. So first tool I'm going to get up is the classic brush tool. And it's a brush tool, so it's what you'd grown to expect in Photoshop. It is a drawing tool. So one of the features of Animate versus Photoshop is that the entire program is vector-based. Now what does that mean? So it means that when we draw, it's vectorized, which is code for it doesn't matter how far we zoom in or how much we screw around with a drawing, we are always going to maintain a level of quality, versus in Photoshop where it's rasterized, which means the canvas is pixelated, so if you distorted something, you'll be able to see degradation of the pixels. So yeah, interesting feature. Zoom in again. So yeah, brush tool works similarly to Photoshop, but vectorized. So yeah, when we first went on our brush tool, you may have noticed that the properties window changed too. So you can see we can change the size, we can change the color, we can change the smoothing. So any tool we click on from the toolbar is going to have this same thing happen, where the properties window changes to reflect the tool, and we can change the settings of the tool. So let's start going through our tools in Gusto. So we've got the selection tool, pretty simple. You can use it to select things on the stage and move them around. Pretty simple. We've got our next tool, the free transform tool. This is used to transform it, so we can really mess with our shape, distort it in different ways, and yeah, we can even skew it. Great. We've also got the lasso tool, very much like Photoshop. We can use it to select different parts of the shape and drag them around. We've got our brush tools, we've got our eraser for erasing brush tool, we've got the rectangular tool, or square tool, shape tool, whatever you want to call it. When you hold down on it, you can see we've got different types of shapes here. So the rectangular tool is used to draw rectangles, squares, and we've also got the oval tool, used to create circles, or ovals. So yeah, fantastic. We've got the line tool, used to draw lines. Draw them straight, draw them diagonal. If you hold shift, remember, from Photoshop, we can keep a line straight in that way. Also got our pen tool, used to create slightly more customizable shapes. We've got our text tool, which, you know, works what you'd expect, used to write text. Hello. We've also got the pen bucket tool, works very much like the Photoshop one. Use it to fill in shapes. Obviously, if you've got an open shape, it will not fill. But if you've got a closed shape, it will. The eyedropper tool, used to select colors, so they'll appear on here. And yeah, that's the rundown of our basic tools. So what if I wanted to save this masterpiece I've created? It's, you know, we don't want to lose anything. So let's go up to File, let's go to Save, and now I can use this to type in anything I want. I'll call it tutorial 2. And there we go. We've saved our first animate project. Wonderful. So, next tutorial, we're going to go through the timeline, and I'm going to start you guys creating your first animation. So that'll be fun. Alright, see you soon.